while we have a lot of the strong PC folks pulling up as the time being. We'll see more in the future here. We got Porter and DeviousLupin here taking off then a little bit of double down Warwick Vi versus Yasuo Illaoi with 2x assists too, which is pretty cool. 2x assists. Definitely really, really strong with Illaoi. Definitely kind of has less of some merit for Yasuo, mostly with the wind wall, not really getting as much value with the double. But honestly, the cross-through assist definitely can have a lot of merit with 2x, so curious to see how Devious will be using that.
I mean, definitely a fun team. It's a team that I've been trying for a bit. Also a team that some strong, notable players have been on as well. DeviousLupin right now showing it off with, great reward here, going for that double lariat and ready for your pickup as well. Strong stuff there from DeviousLupin taking this first round.
Yeah, a bit of a speed run with the first round there, but sometimes you get, you're getting your bearings down. Then, the set only just started. Maybe you need that kind of first game to really get your footing. Coming in a little bit cold here, but nothing cold about this pressure so far from Devious. And unfortunate drop there on the 2H wall bounce, or stance 2H wall bounce here, but a basic Illaoi B&B will be enough to take out that Vi, where Warwick's gonna have to do this by himself. Now, definitely possible with that Fury being not too far away, so curious to see if Porter can get to that point, but actually ends up anti-airing the Illaoi there too, forces the break out of Devious, then puts the Warwick back in the corner, able to jump out with the DP here as well. Oh, but dashes straight into a Warwick bite, tries to route into the kind of awkward, like it has strong merit, but the super assist from Vi, definitely like not a terrible super assist, but tough to use in combos and strings. Kind of more of like a neutral forcing tool. So, but there's that Fury. Definitely spooky here. Either of these characters could definitely die from a very basic war string, but the cross through is enough to get the hit. Gonna go for that limit strike as well to build the extra meter. There's the throw. If we finish this route, it should be a dead war. Not quite, but the throw into super will take it. Devious getting the first game.
Awesome stuff there, man. Devious very quick with this team. Even Illaoi being a big body like that, with 2x assists, she basically teleports across the screen with an active hitbox, right? So that on top of how quick Devious was on that Yasuo, like, it was kind of hard to keep that team down. Now, Porter does have like a I want to kill you sort of team with that double down, right? We just got to get that first hit here.
Yeah, it feels like, there are some merits where I've seen a lot of folks that have used Warwick with double down take advantage of that S2 super, which kind of has that long-winded multi-striking animation, allows some of basically those really good super tag options and essentially high damage routes here. Ooh, I like that late tag off of the Warwick DP. Clips out on the 2M there from Yasuo, but fighting through, can barely even tell who's getting the hit in these sequences, but trying for back to neutral then. Good clip with the JS1 from Yasuo. And get the cross through. There is that limit strike as well. And, the more and more I've watched this game be played by the high and higher level players, it's like a lot of times, can I kill? Nah, all right, it's limit strike. It is so apparent that not only that meter build, but also that break build is very, very relevant for almost any character if you can get it.
I mean, that's definitely where the broken stuff gets unlocked with those, with the meter, with those system mechanics. So great stuff, great rounding from these players, but it's going to be that counter special here from Porter. Getting things started, killing that point character. This Illaoi going to be coming in with a decent amount of HP advantage over Porter's Vi here, but getting spooked up a bit. Definitely was feeling good about that Vi Warwick team, but despite that comeback right there, DeviousLupin still securing the round, putting themselves on set point here.
Yeah, and I have to imagine this is probably essentially the order you always want your team to stick in. Feels like certain team combinations in this game very much require you to have both characters usually from a freestyle level then, but great hop-in option here from Devious. Gonna get this strong corner combo option for Yasuo then. Just look at the damage. This character always finds a way to hit at least 50%. There is that hard knockdown then. Tries to roll out from the Illaoi tentacle super, but Illaoi is able to cover so many of the tech options. But hey, when in doubt, just send the Warwick overhead here. No full pickup then because of the angle they got knocked into here. Tried to call the Vi super tag, and once again, just it's an assist that, like, can be utilized, but has very specific situations where it actually comes out ahead. As long as we finish this route here into the level 3, it will be a pretty quick 2-0 for Devious here. Porter definitely got a couple good hits that definitely showed the power of this team, but no real strong ability to get that double down. Just a lot of neutral control. So looks like we're going to have a very, very strong team in the Yasuo Ahri freestyle versus probably what I think might be one of the best 2x teams next to maybe Ekko Teemo in the Ekko Illaoi then. So let's see how Fabulous can bring the heat in the set here. But so far looking all Dillon all the time, immediately getting that lemon strike then. Great utilization then of that meaty fireball. And as everyone's starting to nickname the SQ right now, the full screen Ahri super. Control that neutral for me, my orb here. Oh, and what a block here by Fabulous so far on that break, but unfortunately drops the combo. Catches the retreating guard with a special too. A little bit of sloppy here, but great answer back so far.
Awesome stuff from these players. There's that 2x assist strength. That Illaoi full screen assist can be so powerful. Even if it's missing, at least it's buying you that space. There it is coming out again, but we're fighting back Dillon on with our Hasagi. Tagging to our Ahri, showing some projectiles here. Doesn't want to let Fabulous get too weary or too confident with those assists. Going to be tagging back in with our Ekko. Buying that space back. It's definitely been the name of the game so far. Right now we're blocking through. Doesn't get the punish, but lines it up afterwards. Still does get that straight 5M hit. So the punish we deserve. Fabulous Zucchini, low HP on this Ekko, but still taking names.
See if Zucchini can work around this Ahri. Such a strong character at just navigating, kind of playing very elusive, and you're trying to 2H her, you're trying to air throw, and she's just kind of whiffing around back and forth, and was able to take out the Ekko Aduga chunk to the Illaoi, but he's looking all Fabulous as a response here. Gonna take that first round as well, but definitely both sides getting down to some bleeding health bars there for sure, so can definitely still go either way. Ooh, tries a parry attempt, whiffs, and then goes for an immediate break, which is then blocked as well. Oh man, nothing worse than spending your meter, both meters, and then getting nothing for it.
Oh no. Dillon looking good right here, man. Definitely been seeing the strength of this Ahri as of late here at the Jeekly. Going to be bursted back, but still keeping our turn with that super full screen. That's some tech right there from Dillon, just buying that space right back. But there's that Arbiter Tentacle coming out here, tagging into our Ekko. Going to be keeping this combo going. Strong stuff here from Fabulous.
Sets up the burrito then, at least keeps pressure going, but good fight out by Dillon there with the Yasuo normals then. Definitely a character that you do not want to get touched by. So elusive despite some of the mobility nerfs that he has taken here. This character is no slouch in this game. I imagine it'll be quite some time until we would never stop seeing a character as strong as Yasuo. Great chase with the OTG with that stance M here. This should be a dead character as long as we finish the route here. It is great stuff by Dillon, making Fabulous break the wind.
Awesome stuff, man. Dude, I love that we're going back and forth with the rounds also, by the way. I mean, definitely evened up here on each side. Fabulous Zucchini showing us some strong stuff with this team. Yeah, I didn't expect that throw right there. That was a nasty setup. Getting the Time Winder behind you after the throw. Following the combo up after. Okay, we want to keep this Yasuo alive. Dillon going to spend that burst to do so.
Yeah, and I feel like there's a lot of times you would look at something like that and essentially be like, nah, I should have saved it for Fury. But like when it comes to freestyle, the team is always going to be at its best when you have both characters. And Fabulous was willing to spend, seeing the super coming to still swing at the Yasuo, take it out. Definitely spooky here. Ooh, unfortunately, the Ekko rolled out. Then not what you want to be having happen to you as Dillon. No access to the Fury here. No freestyle buffs as well. There is that jump in H from Fabulous here. Oh, does not pick up into the Time Winder as well. But let's see as we kind of get here. Both players just kind of jumping around each other. We've all been there in 2xKO, just trying to hit each other out of the air. Then so many characters have so many different mobility options, and Ahri is one of the best from the sky. Oh, but the Time Winder does not actually pick up from the jump in hit here.
Fortunate stuff, but Zucchini with some great movement on that Ekko was able to pull back and put our Illaoi in the forefront, but at the cost of her life. Dillon evening up the characters here. It's a 1v1, but the HP still in the favor of Zucchini. Trying to go for some block strings out of the corner, but Dylan picks you up and then closes things out with our super assist. What a great finish here.
That was so down to the wire. Both, like, you know, Ahri had like a singular M was all it took to take out Ahri at that point. So really good stuff there from Dylan. Just playing that elusive Ahri style that she is so good at. If you are used to wanting air mobility and an air dash, like, this is the character for you. So the great stuff to Fabulous so far. Able to take the first break here from Dylan as well. But yeah, good luck trying to play any mid-range full screen game plan against Illaoi. That Arbiter Tentacle here always pulling up, showing you that you have to respect it then. Oh, great Wimble actually ends up stopping the Time Winder, but unfortunately the Ekko jumps right over it too, and Fabulous playing so elusive right now. It's just catching Dylan with all of these stray hits.
Oh my god, this game is playing like butter right now, bro. This dude, if you want to show someone a cool fighting game, just clip the last 12 seconds. Dude, there was so much going on both sides of people deleting projectiles, extending hurt boxes through assists, getting pickups, pulling out our characters, tagging back and forth. My god, a great finish right there from Zucchini.
This is the beauty of a tag fighter, right? Like, tag fighters definitely have some things you have to be able to figure out and be comfortable dealing with then, but when it comes to just like the flexibility of, you know, what you have to do, the things that you have to go through, the little relay races you find yourself in, the obstacle courses, if you will, like, there's so many things to deal with in a tag fighter, and the better you are at handling them, the further you can go. Just like Fabulous here is trying to answer back in the set count here, being up this round so far, but Dylan's gonna get that hit here. Go ahead and take this Illaoi all the way to the corner. Should be able to end with the limit strike, absolutely. Build up that meter. 3 bars on Yasuo now, so Yasuo can potentially do that big cash out then, but great sandwich in between with that tag out here. Gonna go ahead and likely route into the limit strike knockdown here. Potentially into no meter actually to do the super install. Drops it early. Oh, and unfortunately get clipped here. This should be a dead Ekko as long as we can finish the route. And there it is. Dylan answering back with that character here, trying to say, nope, it's going to be a round apiece again. This is going to go onto the wire, G.
Yeah, and Dylan already building up another bar, spending it right away as soon as we got it. And that may set us up for this last interaction, the kill. It's getting scrambly, though. We do have that Fury here on this Illaoi, so even those ABCs are going to start dealing some crazy damage. Needed a chance to activate that Fury if we were going to spend it to try to not get ourselves chipped out. Instead, Zucchini says, hey, I'm feeling pretty good about clapping back in the next round. Let me go back to even resources here, and it's paying off. We're winning out that round start. We have this Time Winder Oki. Nice push block to get yourself away, spending that break to keep our corner pressure, but Dylan buys it back with that super.
Gosh, and try as they might here, Dylan's Ahri feels like inevitable. Putting in a ton of work so far in this set. Definitely seems to be the shine star of their two characters here as well. Just such an annoying character. You can just kind of sit in that corner and throw out those free Foxfire balls as well, and a great route. Oh, unfortunately just drops it as I was praising it. Finds himself now dealing with this pressure sequence there. Oh, what a great, we run into the low. Even tried to delay the air normal to bait out the break, but ends up working out here for Dylan. And oh, but they actually dropped the limit strike. We have all been there like, oh, I'm just gonna simply end with this route, get the limit strike for the kill, and a little bit extra meter build. Ends up dropping it then, but still a great spot to be in if you're Dylan, who is now in quite a lead. And if they can just get this hit, this could very well be the set for them, but fortunate drop as well. Forced back to that full screen neutral, but there is the tentacle from the depths. Playing full screen against Illaoi, it feels like, oh, well, surely I can just run with the slow character. Nope. Run into my tentacles, please.
Man, that was some excellent masterclass Illaoi neutral play there at the very end. Getting that first tentacle and following up all those hits after. Great stuff, but getting low here, spending that Fury to stay alive. Dylan using that super, that Orb of Deception to get our space back here. You can't be chipped out while that Fury is churning. Just got to get a stray hit here on this Illaoi. Zucchini stuck in the corner. Needs 3 more seconds on that assist if we're going to use it on defense or offensively. Gets a tentacle pickup, and that's going to be the round right there. I think even without the Fury, with the right routing, Zucchini could have clutched out that game. So great stuff. We're even 1-1 here. Got one more game to see who's going to make it to those top 8 qualifiers.
Good answer back from Zucchini. And I gotta say, like, when you have Fury roll, it's about you kind of feel that timer getting to you a little bit. Like, I gotta go in. The patience was so good. One singular clip with about 2 seconds left of Fury was all the little extra bonus damage you needed to get that game here. So now both our players, game apiece. This game is what will let you move forward here. Let's see how they lock in, adjust to what they've kind of seen their opponents doing as well. Unfortunate drop there for the pickup then too, but that is sometimes 2 SKO. Even if you do drop, if you can keep the pressure going, sometimes that is even enough to even get the win. Remember, there is so much chip damage options. There's so much mixed potential in this game that as long as it's your turn, you should be having a pretty good time.
Oh, wow. Well-timed parry there from Zucchini, saying you're not going to cross me up here today. Nice stuff. Going to see what this routing ender is going to be. Could potentially go for that limit strike, but was already full break, so instead going for a tag launcher and cashing out some of that super to go for this tentacle Oki, a key part of that Illaoi game plan. But level 3 right through. Zucchini still keeps ourselves safe, takes out Dillon's Yasuo, and we're down to 1 character.
And such a tough feeling. Willing to spend your reversal super, all of that meter, and just have the character die, then you're gonna have no assist tag super meter go up behind it as well. Not even gonna matter at this point. This route is more than enough to take out this Ahri, and then what felt like out of nowhere after some close calls, Fabulous is now on set point.
And also, not only was that route like good damage, but that looked cool, bro. Talk about, like, you know, show people clips that look cool in fighting games. You gotta look at that combo that Zucchini just pulled off. But good round start. We're winning out here. Committed there to the break bait, but a little high up. Maybe wasn't ready for the follow-up after, man. I'm not surprised that we're still dropping break bait combos, you know, because they're honestly just so hard. But good cash out here from Zucchini.
Yeah, it's not only that, but you have 2 things to do. One is like, okay, where am I actually baiting the break? And then 2, like, do I know my route? Like, there's so much like extra gravity scaling on someone who has used their break and been blocked. So definitely tough to pick up there, but still such an advantage here for Zucchini so far. And you can just tell they're kind of taking a little bit of a space right now too. They don't have to necessarily bulldoze their way in, but you know, Illaoi essentially can be the bulldozer in this game. Not enough to chip with the super. Tries to actually fight through with the Hasagi through the wind wall and gets clipped by the Illaoi. It says this Ahri needs to find a way to somehow get some limit strike to get access to that Fury, or it could be curtains for Dillon here. Keeps pressure going, able to strike out the Ekko 2 as well. Push the corner. If we can finish this route, could be enough.
There it was. It's going to be that meaty to take out Zucchini's Illaoi here. Dillon fighting back on this Ahri. Holding on to that Fury as well. Don't forget we have it in that back pocket. Going to chase down Zucchini. Going for that charge time winder. Feeling safe, but no, Dillon's just going to hold W. Chase you down, homie. You still have your Fury as well and all that gray health. Dillon's not in a bad spot. Going to pop that Fury to stay alive here. Has some meter to keep our turn. And has the follow-up combo as well. That's going to be Dillon. Oh my god, it's so close, Canyon!
Oh, he didn't have enough soup. He didn't have the meter to actually cash out and kill after getting the knockdown. We are about to get into our next set. We are going to have a regular here for the Jeekly 2 SKO. JustCapitalB versus DDMJCO. Let's get it.
Yeah, love seeing Just Capital show up here with this Ekko buy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I've seen Just Capital on other fuses on this same team as well. So sorry if I'm wrong on that, but if that's the case, that's cool that you're experimenting with the different fuses and stuff. I mean, definitely that can be a big change up to your team. DDNJC over here, probably going to abbreviate the DD out here, showing us that Yasuo Ahri freestyle. We saw that team earlier tonight. But I mean, that's the cool thing about a team like that is it has a lot of player expression. So you're going to be able to show off some interesting things. Going to try to get something started. But this air throw from Just Capital takes out that Ahri there. Did have a little bit of gray health if we had the chance to get away, but JustCapital just keeps chasing you down.
Yeah, and I love that. I feel like the more and more we kind of watch players of this caliber playing, you're starting to just see which fuses are kind of showing up more and more. And I think now, because a couple of the toned down elements of both 2X and even Double Down for that matter, freestyle has just kind of found itself becoming more of like the, yeah, you should probably learn how to play this with if it's possible. And not every character is the best freestyle character, but there are a lot of them, as you see both of our competitors here currently running it, willing to spend the break in the air there. But good job tagging right away. One thing about breaking in the air, if you do not tag the character out, your character that you just broke cannot block while they are falling. So making sure that you tag out when you do that air break is very important. Oh, nothing worse than trying to dash into your opponent to get that meaty button and just getting thrown for your troubles here. Oh, but this combo is still keeping Ekko connected to it. This Vi is giving up as well, too. What an answer back from DD.
Nice, man. DD doing some good stuff out here. Going to be able to space out just a teeny bit to get our Hasagi. Had the assist to keep ourselves safe, even if it got blocked. But in this case, it was going to be a full pickup. Now, JustCapital with that Fury pop was able to stay alive here. But, well, were they? Actually, I don't know, Danny. I know they weren't. Oh, my God. Excuse me. Yo, DD was ready with a lot of damage there. With that rounding, was able to tag into our Yasuo, cash out all 3 bars. I thought JustCapital was going to be okay, but not today, man.
Sometimes you think, oh, maybe I'll make it through, and they're gone. But good stuff here from DD. Great routing, getting to the corner. Also, shout-outs to Let's Go Globo in the chat talking about you actually can block by falling now. They did address that in one of the recent patches here, and that's why I say Riot's patch cadence has definitely been great to be able to answer some of these bugs, but nothing is a bug about getting tossed here by Vi. Vi is definitely a character that I feel like goes under the radar very often in conversations because of some of the top tiers here, but like one of the strongest mechanics in this game is push block, and a lot of her sway elements just don't really have to deal with push block. Like she kind of doesn't really have to get affected by this thing, you know, kind of akin to what a push stone back in a push block other games. So definitely gonna see, I'm sure, more Vi pull up as some of the top tiers continue to get their adjustments here. But this Ahri combo is doing so much damage, gets the OTG into the tag, and I think we do the full cash out here. It should be a dead Ekko. Looks like it's gonna be breaking the wind, breaking this team up here. As we mentioned before, freestyle loses a lot of their power when they don't have that option, but this is Fury. Simple OTG to get it. Character apiece here for this first game.
Nice. Oh, yep. JustCapital saw that counter hit. Said, nope, not dying today off of that 5L. Nice. Uppers here. DD taking a lot of damage. JustCapital going to be able to get our first game with that crazy upper route at the end. The cash out, an insane amount of damage on this Vi. Definitely so well practiced on that character. Doesn't matter who their assist is going to be, what fuse we're using. JustCapital is going to be showing you some awesome stuff here on this Vi.
Fury is just insanity, and we've all experienced these. Fury comes back, this Fury breaks here. Gonna push the Yasuo here to that corner. Decides to break early to not give that limit strike, but there's no worse feeling. Not only did you spend the break to get out, but end up getting punched right back in here. Also losing the assist. This essentially couldn't have gone any worse for you. Able to fight out. Great utilization of that Ahri J2H here. Gonna do a great multi-read jump here in the corner. Get that limit strike as well. Build up a little bit more of that Fury bar. Oh, hits the 2M for the low. Spaces out the burst as well. And a character piece again. Going down to the wire already here in game 2.
I mean, DD definitely well practiced on this Ahri. One of the stronger points about their team here. But JustCapital going to be able to get that level 3 off a throw. I think that should be enough to secure this round, Ganyon, if I'm right. There we go. All right, nice stuff there. JustCapital recently getting a top 8 in TNS, I think just a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was rooting them on in the Twitch chat. So we're going to see if they're going to get into the top 8 tonight here at the Jeekly, but DD trying to put a stop to it here with this round start.
Yeah, DD doing their best to not let this be a 2-0 for Capital here. Unfortunately, actually was starting off a 2x KO combo and actually getting it again. I was saying, unfortunately, Ekko rolled out before, but finds another one through an unfortunate assist timing call here from Capital. And just like that here, this is likely going to be a round answered back. At this point, you're just trying to farm for a full break meter for your team going into this third round here. Great answer back from DD.
Dude, DD with just a masterclass round right there. I mean, with a round like that getting a perfect, it's almost, you'd be surprised to see that they lost the game at all, you know? But just Capital, you know, maybe taking a little bit of break in that last round, definitely didn't in these other rounds. Going to be spending that break here to get this Ahri in the corner, keeping our pressure up. We get hurt for it though. DD going to actually put this Ekko back.
Absolutely, this Ekko taking a ton of damage here. A fortunate drop though into the down tech buttons. If you are not ready to catch someone from your tech buttons in this game, you will find yourself dropping a few games. Unfortunate drop as well from Capital. Maybe kind of feeling the pressure of their advantage here. But as long as we finish this route, it should be a dead Ahri here. Oh, great utilization of the freestyle, tagging back in. And an actual kill with Limit Strike too as well. That was optimal as hell. Capital B showing you why they are in tons of top 8s in this game.
Yeah, it was like we were able to program those moves to put ourselves in the best spot possible. Just Capital cashing out with this level 3. DD had that fury, but didn't get the chance to spend it. Just Capital B getting this 2-0.
So kind of excited to see how Hikari pilots this. Vi works around a bit of the neutral control that Ekko gets with Time Winder normally, and not to mention the power that is Illaoi assist, but immediately tags in. Great 2L to take their turn back here, but there's that multi-layer with freestyle. Good 2L opened up as well. There is the immediate break from Apology Boy, not wanting to take that damage from Hikari.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the boomer in me, but if I lost a set to someone whose tag was John Pork, I think I'd have to put down the sticks. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know if you'd see me boot up again. But right now, Apology Boy is setting up that exact timeline. Crazy stuff, man. Hikari just trying to get out of the corner with that vibe, but Apology Boy not letting you.
John Pork, you've heard of John Guilty Gear. Look out for his pig friend, but good stuff here. Good routing here. Actually, a bit of a mix kind of got Apology Boy to run into it here, but this Ekko might be enough to at least answer the return Ekko. Oh, but actually had to end with the Limit Strike and didn't hit enough to kill. Oh, any chip will do it. Oh my god, you essentially had to not jump there and also be able to parry to live through it. Damn near anything coming out. Couple 2H attempts whiffed out here then. Parries the first bit of the Ekko super as well, but finds still stuck in the corner here and immediately parry Ansi back. Actually parried the assist hit. No full pickup here, and Hikari, despite losing the first character, gets the first round.
Yeah, I mean, definitely was looking like Apology Boy's game there at first. Hikari was able to slow it down tremendously. By the way, I see those code claimers coming in, guys, so thank you very much for that. Exclamation point Match Arena if you're interested. Free to do. Appreciate you. Apology Boy going to be able to get that wake up attack bait, but Hikari was ready with our break as well. Nice tag into that 2H, but Apology Boy spending our own break to try to get this Illaoi pressure up, but Hikari fights back.
And this routing is going to send you all the way to the corner. Oh, does not quite have enough to pick up to get the Limit Strike here, but a little drop opportunity is enough that you need here. And you know, I'll have to say that this fight definitely isn't looking as clean here, but I know that Hikari is, you know, plays a ton of characters. Probably just trying to make sure that I've seen a lot more players being willing to just play more of the whole cast, as you mentioned earlier, Jeek. It's like this game has a lot of changes coming to it as we go through, so making sure you're ready to play what you feel like is the best is going to be very important, but able to sway, ready to get enthroned, and sends the super immediately at the Ekko here. Gonna do a big chunk of damage, somewhere in that 30 to 40% here with that level 3 cash out. Look at that damage there. Bleeding here for Apology Boy. Stuck in this corner, and the rewind into the low is enough to take it. Hikari with a pretty quick first game here.
Awesome stuff there from Hikari. Apology Boy as well, man. I mean, that first opening gambit, I should call it, from Apology Boy. I'm sitting there making fun of John Pork, and Apology Boy was taking out Hikari's Ekko like it was nothing. But Hikari slowed it down a bit, said, Jeek, you know what? I think you're right. I do not want to lose to that one. We're with a strong start here. Hikari going to be able to keep Apology Boy here in this corner. This Illaoi isn't going to be able to get out.
Tries to pick up with the OTG assist from Vi. Ooh, I wonder if they tried to end the sequence a little bit earlier, potentially try to get a bit of a break bait, but ends up losing the character for it. Could have even just been a bit of a drop there as well on top of it, but definitely not what you want to do against a player of this caliber. And as a story as old as time in fighting games, when you hit a certain caliber of player, like when you drop on someone as good as Hikari, you are going to feel it. Like you are going to be regretting that. Oh, I now have to get one more hit on a player this good. Definitely can work against you, as well as unless you're ready for that scramble here. And Hikari just like looking incredibly in control with this kind of newer freestyle team.
For sure, man. But I mean, Apology Boy still having our own tricks. Was able to get that 2L hit in with our Illaoi. Nice parry back to be able to beat up that assist character. But Hikari's on point with this Vi, getting thrown with it into the corner. Trying to fight back with her own 2L, but Apology Boy with that assist counter hit is going to cash out with this Ekko here. Not going to be enough to kill. Damn near close, though.
It does put Tentacle underneath them then, but jumping out gets them away from that to be a concern here. But stuck in the corner, jailed them in with that Time Winder super. Does take out that first character, but I have to say, we saw it before. Hikari is able to lose this Vi, and it almost feels like, okay, well, at least it's even now at this point. This Ekko is an absolute menace here. Great utilization of the dead character's tag, still able to call it in here, but it is an Ekko off. Who is looking at their watch the closest? Is it my time or is it theirs? This route should be enough at least. Oh, she does a bit of a drop here. Maybe potentially a reset attempt too. There are some spots people are kind of working that a little bit more, but all it takes is one more character for Hikari to move through to winners finals. And there you have it, y'all. Apology Boy going down to Hikari 2-0. But both players with the freestyle here. I'm hoping to see some baited breaks as well as some nasty mix here. Got a little bit unfortunate drop opportunity as well from the Time Warner pickup then, but runs themselves into a parry, and now Yata is answering back.
Strong stuff, man. Yata was getting hit by a couple of those overheads at the beginning. Said, no, man, no. I got to remind you who you're playing against. And spend that break to get out of the corner here, keeping that Yasuo pull-up safe with your air special here on this Ekko. I like the APM from both of our players here. Tried to go for that Sever, but JustCapitalB was ready for the whiff punish.
I feel like anytime I try to use Sever as an actual, like, you know, strike option outside of a combo, it just ends up getting me killed more than there. And I can't blame Yata for trying then. Sometimes people give you a little bit of respect. You can get them with that cross through special here. But another good parry then from Yata. And Yata definitely showing that they are absolutely comfortable in finding the right time to utilize this strong mechanic as well. But running into the hands of Vi. Feeling the punch here. Ooh, a little bit of a drop then, but gets a reset. I think with the OTG and Super, it'll be enough to give that first round to Capital B, and it is impressive stuff.
Awesome stuff here. JustCapitalB getting this first round. You know, you were pointing out at the beginning, getting on both these players having that freestyle. I think, you know, I've been noticing, just at least in my brackets, more freestyle in general. And I wonder, you know, people were probably theorizing that was the end game of 2xKO. I don't think we're getting there already. It just seems really popular nowadays. I mean, damn, JustCapitalB about to get a perfect here on this Yasuo, but that well-timed wake-up attack keeps you alive for a second, but tagging back maybe at a time we didn't expect. Going to be losing that Yasuo here on to our Ekko on point. We do pop our Fury. We got to see what we can do with it.
Yeah, and I can't blame you here. You are down the round, have to make something happen here. And Fury is absolutely a comeback mechanic. The damage output is just so high here. As long as you can follow up. Oh, got a weird JH pickup then. Unfortunate drops and finds himself in the corner now. Gonna take a lot of damage. Oh, actually had a chance to tech out a little bit earlier here. Didn't quite do it immediately. Got the tech out as well. A little bit of scrambled egg city right now. Oh, tries to actually roll through something, I'm wondering there. But just like that, Capital B taking a fairly confident first game.
Awesome stuff, man. Capital B definitely showing that we got what it takes out here. Yata very strong here on this Yasuo Ekko, but JustCapital just able to mix you up on this round start, cashing out. Going for our... Oh my god, dude, Yata just wants to wake up, getting out of this burrito mix, but Capital B not gonna let you do it. Gonna take out this Yasuo.
Not quite enough to kill, but does get it with the chip. And what feels like a little bit of deja vu from the previous game, Yata losing the Yasuo so quickly. Will have the opportunity again to spend the Fury on the Ekko if they like, and there it is. And like I said, while freestyle is essentially all about having your team together, it is hard to scoff at the amount of power you get from Fury here. Gonna get that rewind install built up. Gonna be a dead Vi, and I actually like this save for Fury from Capital B. Gonna have it to answer back potentially if they get that hit, or need to be able to break at this point as well. Gonna send the Time Warner Super just to make the string safe on the way out. Good throw here as well. Gets the setup of the clone off the roll, but chases the retreating guard with the 2M. Capital B find themselves on set point with that first round win.
And JustCapital B is doing such a great job of chasing you down the screen here. Even without having that 2x assist that gets your support character to chase down, JustCapital is able to just sway in your face, able to use this Ekko movement, and then still capitalize on the benefit of freestyle. Great stuff cashing out here with this burrito mix, with this install rather, to keep opening up Yata. Needs only a couple more hits to finish off this Yasuo. And JustCapital B threatening set point.
Capital B just honestly piling their team so dang well in this set. It really has felt like it's been Capital B's game plan the entire time, and can Yata answer back here? And so far, it's looking not like it. I imagine the fear is going to come out after, as soon as they get the next hit. Yep, and there it is. But you were able to spend it, found yourself getting clevered away, but there's that down S1 special from Vi. It is the much stronger version. Wake up attack gets a combo after as well. There's that Fury coming out as well from Yata. Just ending here as well. No more Gray Life. Gonna be able to come back then. Actually routes into the Time Winder Super as well, just to try to potentially mix up Capital B's option there. But a pretty strong looking 2-0 for Capital B. Both teams here can take great advantage of that freestyle option then. I am excited to see how this one shakes up here. Willing to send the Ahri to potentially be our 2H bot, but does get clipped on the way down. But no full pickup here, but a great recognition. And I love that from DD. One thing about Yasuo is he has certain pickups where he can't go into the full B&B. Sometimes it's recognizing that distance, that space, and just going for that S1 super will give you a hard knockdown and better pressure.
Nice stuff here from DD. It's going to be able to take out this Ekko. Put Zucchini on the back foot here. This Illaoi with freestyle as the fuse man, unfortunately, isn't going to be able to take advantage of that one. And this Illaoi with no assist can sometimes have a little bit of trouble playing, especially against Yasuo and Ahri. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. These characters kind of play their own game sometimes, it feels like. And right now, DD is doing exactly that. Going to cash out a lot of damage here to close out this very first round. So close to that perfect.
Yeah, and DD just essentially got control of that first round and never lost it here, but you do have to win 2 rounds to get a game in 2x KO, so I'm sure Fabulous here can just use that first round as information learning, but what you're learning right now is, does DD have the route? And they simply go for that limit strike option, which very, very much is the flavor of this game right now. Is if I can't kill, or I don't need some grimy mix to get that kill, then limit strike is the way. Build up that break, build up that meter for both of your characters then. Love what we're seeing here, but there's that break spend from Fabulous, keeping that Illaoi healthy as well. Sets up a little bit of tentacle full screen here, but as Jeek mentioned earlier, then Illaoi kind of has to be a bit of a spectator against some of these faster characters. Let them play their game first and answer back correctly.
Gonna be able to get that limit strike for your meter gain and that corner carry, and at this point with 3 meter on the side of this Yasuo, DD, I mean, at this point you don't need to spend any meter to kill, I don't believe. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, going to be able to keep that 3 meter for the next interaction, which at this point with the HP that I'm seeing on this Ekko, 1-5M could be your life here.
Absolutely. And just watching DD try to dash 5M with Yasuo, one thing I never realized compared to some characters is Yasuo doesn't really get to carry momentum with his medium. It's kind of like a bit of I think something to do with the way his dash is essentially coded, where a lot of characters kind of get to kind of almost slide a little bit more with their medium buttons then. So not that I'm ever call Yasuo an honest character here, but definitely something kind of funny just to watch Yasuo put up the wall. And I thought, okay, so interestingly enough, I did feel like I saw Fabulous play 2x earlier. So when they were on freestyle, one of it was a bit of an oopsie on their part, just kind of locking in the team comp quickly enough. Sometimes we've been there in our rank sets as well, but definitely more relevant to see these 2 characters here be on the 2x assist. Probably some of the best characters with 2x assist in 2x KO here, and great routing so far by Fabulous, pushing DD all the way to the corner here. But that push block is going to give them a little bit more space here. The Ahri menace coming in. OTGs with the fireball then, but catches a backdash with the Arbiter Tentacle. But watch out for the freestyle mix. Oh, there are so many overheads. I think that was 3 overheads there coming in from Ahri. This character is absolutely relentless, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter how relentless you are. If you drop there, you're going to have to spend the break then because of that hit.
Oh man, great conversion here from Zucchini. DD's going to be taking some damage here in this Yasuo. We're not going to lose our character, but you're going to have to wake up into this Illaoi pressure. I love how the Husky is able to clear out most of those tentacles. We keep that Orb of Deception pressure up. Zucchini spends that push block to put this Ahri back in the corner. A little scrambly there in the air, but DD is the one to get the hit, kills that Ekko, and now we're in a great spot with the corner.
And mentioned before here, Illaoi definitely not the character you want to see go down first on your teams. You'll see her a lot take advantage of Fury, as well as using super assists in the back, but not even gonna matter as DD makes Fabulous taste this win here, coming through with that slash and the first round and putting themselves on set point here in this losers side of top 8. Back to that fresh round, full neutral here, catching both characters in the pickup as well. They get the knockdown, does not spend the tentacle super. Oh, but I love that spacing into the command grab. Baits out both the wake up attack and gonna get a full combo as well. This is crazy, G.
Man, awesome cash out there from Zucchini. And I'm glad you called out that spacing there too. That's, you know, that's definitely a key part of why that setup was so strong. Getting away from that Ahri, not for long though, spending the break on that first hit. I mean, didn't take a lot of damage, but said, hey, I don't want to take any damage, you know. I want to stay in the driver's seat here against DD, but despite that, we're going to pull up here with our assist, confirm the hit, and now Zucchini rolling out of this corner, trying to keep the pressure up, does so on this Yasuo. The break gets baited!
You have to be so careful when you try to spend your break when your opponent is not only running you know, freestyle, but or even just when both characters are on the screen, you can absolutely react to break with that tag option and bait it out. But you know, happens to the best of us. And honestly, a little bit heartwarming to see this happen to players of this skill level. Makes me feel a little bit better when I find myself making this mistake as well. But great round and answer back by Fab saying, hey, I'm not done yet. And nothing better to be seen than both characters being absolutely juggled by this Illaoi. It is relentless. There's no break to get out of here. Depending on the routing option, this could potentially be a dead Yasuo. No, not quite. Gonna go with that simple tentacle super here. I love that choice. Great chip sequence as well. And the mix is enough. Actually gets to tag Ahri in at some point during that sequence. Still lost the Yasuo though. Fury has access as well too here for DD. But back to neutral we go.
Yeah, great swing of events there for Zucchini, riding the momentum from winning that first round. Deja vu of events with how strong that Illaoi opened up. And now the Fury comes out from DD as we're lower than, well, we're going to gain it back. But point is, we're on our last character. Trying to keep that pressure up with this Fury. And our super assists. Zucchini fighting out of the corner with that big hitbox there on that air special. Blocks the cross up, uses our push block to get this Ahri off of us. But that Orbit Deception was ready with the whiff punish. Zucchini holds on to that burst, wants it to be a Fury for our Illaoi. And we've got a game on our hands. DD on set point.
Yeah, but it's looking a little spooky for DD here. Fabulous sitting on 3 meter for the Illaoi, 2 on the super assist behind it. But this is Ahri, definitely a character that is essentially finding herself in the upper echelon of characters in the game right now. So elusive, great working around there too. There's that Fury immediately from Fabulous. Has to spend it to not lose that character. But all it takes is a simple hit. Actually got a Fury cancel off of the hit into super. I have never seen that before. But great stuff, Fabulous here, answering back, saying, no, 2-0 for you, DD. 1 apiece. Game 3, let's go.
Man, awesome stuff there from Fabulous, bro. Showing us some cool stuff out here. And I mean, we're here in week 6 of GP2X, so we're still seeing all kinds of new stuff. And I mean, for some of these players, they're still new to the game too, man. So we're getting to that point where we're pulling out awesome stuff like that. These high-level, quick execution events, and Fabulous Zucchini with a strong round start here so far with the momentum of winning that last game is sitting here taking out this Yasuo in this first round of game 3.
Not where you want to be seeing yourself again here with a freestyle team. Fabulous looking so much better right now towards the end of that previous game into the sequence here. Gets that knockdown into the time super here. Great. Oh, just quite. I couldn't pick up the full combo as well. Unfortunately, ran into super here enough to be able to get the break from the rollback super here. Good stuff. Fabulous, who at one point was finding themselves being down at set point, but now looking to take the set themselves here.
Man, Zucchini definitely figured out what we needed to come out on top on this set so far. Getting another break bait. Great stuff. Tagging. I love how we tag into the Illaoi there to make sure we got the tentacle on your wake up. Now, being on the Yasuo, you do have that Hasagi to fight back out potentially, but not this time. Good stuff there. Using that Ekko to take out DD's Yasuo. This Ahri is all we got, and we don't have her for long. Fabulous Zucchini going to be moving on in this set. Oh my god, of course, Canyon. I felt it coming.
It's like, I don't know. It's just nothing like a caster curse here to really make sure that this is just another tournament experience for all involved. Fabulous is trying to find any potential way to get the chip they need to out here, but all it takes is one hit to get started. I think with proper routing, this actually no, not quite. This is not going to be enough to kill here. Ghost Lone Strike, I like that choice as well, but it was such an uphill battle. DD would have had to play damn near perfectly to take it, but that's going to be 2-1 for Fabulous Zucchini 19. And wanting to also do what we can to give back to the FGC here, but as Jeek mentioned earlier, we are going to be seeing Ekko versus Illaoi, but we're going to have a little bit of a different team composition choice with that fuse. 2x for Fabulous and Freestyle for Apology Boys. So definitely, you know, as long as you utilize what the fuse gives you, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with running different ones there. And a great bait on that break here for Fabulous is essentially turning this first round into likely going to be a win here. Could not go any worse than spending your meter and still losing the character, and this Ekko is hurting right now.
Yeah, unfortunate stuff right there. Apology Boy. Oh, wow, I love that throw there from Zucchini on the landing. What a great answer. Apology Boy realizing, like, I know I'm hitting the secondary here. The point is waiting for me to land. I'm just going to block. Zucchini going for the throw there was actually so smart.
Yeah, I love that recognition. Not kind of understand that and say, hey, send out a normal pitch, you get a weird hit you weren't quite ready for. All it takes is that simple throw to get it. So far, great routing here. Getting to that limit strike. Lets them get into that rewind super, but you are stuck in this corner. But good job fighting back out. Sends the push block then, but unfortunately did not pick up the point character then. So when that super sent out, did not end up actually keeping your turn here. But the jump off from Apology Boy, pushing Zucchini back into this corner. Great route so far, and the damage just piling in. Gonna route into that tentacle super, get the OTG, but it covers so many of the tech options here to roll out. But man, oh man, that Illaoi slam is two-sided and will absolutely click you if you're not ready. But great answer back by Zucchini here, getting the first character, but both sides definitely losing a lot of health.
Yeah, Apology Boy has what it takes here to try to claw things back. Despite being low on that HP, at this point, any chip would do it. You literally can't be touched. And against this Illaoi, against this 2x assist team, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, nice stuff there. Zucchini securing this first game. Seeing some strong stuff there from Apology Boy on this comp. But we just got to turn it all together, line it all up, and turn into a game here on the board. Zucchini getting the first one for us.
Zucchini definitely showing why they have made it rather deep into this bracket here, but Apology Boy definitely a strong contender in their own right, getting this first knockdown here. Tentacle super on deck, just the chip damage and reset over again. Good block on the overhead here, doesn't get the toes clipped then, but no full combo. Able to fight out, tag into that Ekko as well, keep it going. Go ahead and tag launcher back into the corner. Meaty tentacle then to spaces out so well. Illaoi is so good at spacing you from your get up attack while also being able to keep that pressure going in. But there we go, Zucchini was able to keep both characters alive and also, notably enough, keeping their break too. So Apology Boy, if you're not ready, could be a dead character here, and it's going to be another Illaoi off. Battle of who is the Tentacle Queen here. There's that sequence. Oh, baits out on the parry attempt too, and this health bar is going to absolutely drain here, Jeek.
Yeah, Apology Boy was being active on that defense, which I commend, but just it's a fighting game, and you guessed wrong. It's what it is. Zucchini going to be able to get that first round, having that break advantage here as well. You may see an early spend of it if we need to, but no, it looks like there's going to be an early spend on that parry. Great stuff here, Zucchini.
Absolutely. Zucchini here definitely showing why they are so good at this team, but unfortunately has their break baited. And one of the absolute strongest elements of that freestyle is getting those extra few seconds of your tag staying out, making baiting those so much easier here. And not only are you rewarded with taking that meter, but you're also going to be taking this character out here. That's going to be a dead Illaoi. And as I've mentioned before, kind of with Illaoi teams, you definitely don't usually want Illaoi being your first character to drop, just kind of based on the power level of her super tag assist. But not the worst case in the world. Still very doable with this Ekko character then. But before you have a chance to consider the comeback here, this route is going to at least send Zucchini all the way to the corner here. As long as you do the tag launcher then into super, it should be enough to get the round. It is round apiece here in game 2 for an Apology Boy here answering back.
Man, the mental damage of losing that round right there, but also the tag being John Pork. I can't emphasize that enough. Zucchini, though, coming out on top with that knockdown. Apology Boy going to be trying to get out of this corner here. Being patient, waiting for that burst, but the break bait comes out. Great stuff there from Zucchini, but Apology Boy, oh my god, pressing out of the air tech gets our own break bait as well. Just unfortunately not a big follow-up.
Our players just handshaking our break, saying, you know what, I don't want mine. You know what, I don't want mine either then. But honestly, great call by both players, kind of being ready to at least call out the break there. A lot of jump cancel based combos. You don't have to immediately send the normal, which can kind of give you a little extra wiggle room here to there. But Fabulous Zucchini here, as long as we finish this combo, we will. It should be a 2-0 for them. Sides here. Winners finals of the Jeekly 2x KO number 6 Jeek. Let's get it.
Man, awesome stuff. I gotta admit that the mirrors definitely make the top 8 graphics easy to make. So thank you very much for that, players. But also love to see what you guys are cooking up in these mirror matches, man. I mean, especially because this game has so much like player creativity, in my opinion. Like, you're going to be able to see some interesting stuff between these two players out here. And I'll update the colors here in just a moment as well. It looks like JustCapitalB repping that purple. Hikari going to be able to parry out of this corner, keeping this pressure up, tagging back to our Vi to finish off JustCapitalB here.
Yeah, and despite a little bit of life loss on the Ekko, Hikari essentially removed the other Ekko with not much strife or trouble. Does not get a pickup after enough to get the kill here, but a simple tag switch out into the Ekko. Going to take a pretty quick first round there. It was about 33 seconds to take out both characters here in a game that definitely gets down to, like, you know, toward the end of the time or at times depending on the matchup. So Hikari here trying to make sure we all end on time at this point, but don't think Capital B is out of this quite yet here, but they will have to fight out of this corner, and he'll start with a parry, but did end up parrying the assist, so does not get a full pickup after here. But both our players kind of just playing out the 2SKO neutral here. Tries to use the retreating guard to get out Hikari, but as long as Capital B finishes this route, it should definitely at least be a big chunk. It does not get the finish knockdown here. Tries to block the overhead, gets clipped by the low. No player spending the break quite yet here. I'm not quite sure if we're looking for just baits at this point, or we're both kind of feeling a little bit of the nerves of an intense set such as this.
I mean, for sure. It looks like JustCapital was able to get that 2L cross up to counter hit Hikari here, spending that break to stay alive in this round, getting lower on that HP here. So you're the one that has to make the next move. JustCapital can just block it out, wait for you to hang yourself, so to speak, and then get the punish like you just saw right there. Great stuff. Tagging back to that Ekko to finish off this Vi. Hikari down on our last bit of HP here. No Fury to keep us up, but already up around, you know, it's unfortunate to lose that one, but you're evened up here on each side. JustCapital does have that break advantage. We'll have to see if that comes out.
Yeah, Hikari willing to spend that break in that previous round despite kind of being fairly down and being up the round too. Kind of surprised to see it here, but once again, if you're at the limit testing point, this is also only the first game, so not the end of the world to drop one, especially in a best of 5 here. But both our players there, but there is, you know what, even if you spend your break, if your opponent doesn't get to use it, it's like they never had it at all here. Oh, but there's that Burrito OS covering so many options, but a rare drop on a combo from Hikari here. Gonna at least get Capital B, gets a little bit more breathing room at this point here. No break to quite respond back at this here. I'm curious how we're gonna spend it. Just a limit strike. I absolutely agree. Gonna get, oh, and actually techs out into Vi's waking hands. If we can send this combo out long enough, this could be a dead Ekko. Not going to get a chance to spend that break, and a full Fury bar going into this Vi from Hikari here. We'll be able to answer back. It starts with a command grab. OTG is all you need. Not even needing to spend the super here. And out of nowhere, Hikari is in a big lead.
Man, great stuff. Hikari also having that Fury if you wanted the swag and use it for the offense here to finish off our combo. But no, it's just going to be some uppers into the OTG. Great stuff. Hikari keeping it simple to get this first game here on the board. But reminder, JustCapital just evened up the rounds here for us as well. You know, maybe caught Hikari lacking there for a second, and Hikari brought it back up to 11. I'm not sure, but the first game goes to Hikari here. JustCapital definitely has what it takes.
For sure. Capital B is here for a reason. bringing on the purple skin try. I gotta say, the purple skin's looking incredibly good in this game. Shouts to Riot for delivering in the visual department with all of their games here. But we are loving the visuals we're seeing right now of this Vi just pushing this Ekko corner here. But a great parry time is going to be able to get it out them. But you have to be careful when it comes to spending break against teams running this freestyle. You cannot test a player of this caliber. They should have the reactions to be able to quick tag and block out that break. But despite blocking it out here, CapitalB getting the opportunity to pick it up then, but Hikari catches the Ekko on the rewind, and I think the OT Super should just be enough off the last hit. It is! And that is a dead Ekko. Ooh, CapitalB is going to be hurt, feeling himself after that one. Definitely not where you want to be in, but a good 2L to get started. I think as long as we finish this route on here, maybe we'll have to spend level 3. Nope, we got to the corner then, so I think off of the OTG should be enough to answer back immediately. It is a character piece our players are swinging, Jeek.
Man. And I love when it's the mirror for your teams, but you have opposites for the last character. It looks like it's going to be Hikari on our Ekko to take out this first round right here. Great stuff, dude. Hikari taking that first game, taking this first round, showing you that we weren't just glazing this man for no reason. Very strong out here in 2x KO. Going to be tagging back and forth. JustCapital blocking it out, though, and then getting that 5M punish after with some great spacing. Hikari going to be taking some damage here.
Yeah, and then nothing worse than having to watch the long presentation of getting your character beat. No break to save them. Oh, and even worse, tagging your character out, and they're still getting beat up in the background then. Oh, an actual throw attempt here from Hikari. He's going to get themselves getting clipped here. CapitalB doing a great route so far then. Basic OTG to kind of force the tech option as well. Going to spend that break immediately after. Not trying to let Hikari get started with anything. Just keep that pressure going. Oh, I love knocking them into Time Winder assist, but not able to pick up a full combo after. And because of the kind of awkwardness then, you're going to find yourself getting yourself punched up as well. This should still be an alive Vi for CapitalB. But just as I say that, the attempt on Wake Up, a simple, meaty button is all they needed. And while there's low health bars for Hikari there, their freestyle team is still built together. But got to keep it real if you're working with a great reversal throw by CapitalB. All of a sudden, they're at a huge lead.
Oh, man. Hikari bet it all on throw there for a moment. JustCapital did the up back, so wasn't able to get the full punish, but in the scramble, finish it off with that last pixel that we needed. Going to be able to tag back in. It's my timeout here for JustCapital. The break comes out. Hikari puts this Ekko forward. Tags into the Vi for a well-placed air throw. Jesus. JustCapital getting counter hit on that wake up. Hikari cashing you out in the corner.
Going to be able to get the limit strike hard knockdown here into the rewind super. Keeps the pressure going there, but good 2M on the recall attempt from Hikari. Once again, no break to get out of it. You have to watch this movie, think about the choices you made that got you here. But the limit strike from Vi, if they build up the meter, then you gotta be careful with that knockdown. It does not send them onto the ground. It pushes them against the wall. So tech option is a pickup here. When will you spend that break, if at all? We'll save it for the Fury. Is it a chance to keep the team together? Here is the break attempt. Ooh, very spooky then, but it does work out. But nothing worse than spending your meter and still losing the character too. The assist that is dead is still getting their ass beat in the background. CapitalB kind of praising the value here of that assist, saving them their point. Not quite done yet, but anything will be enough to do. And a wake-up attack is how we're gonna do it. Game 2 going to Hikari here. My goodness, these are getting close, but it's looking still like all Hikari all the time at the end of it all, Jeek.
Yeah, JustCapital just showing us, I mean, like the clips, the snippets of how strong this comp is, how strong they are as a player. But Hikari's just the one finishing their food, so to speak. Gonna be able to spend that break. And at this point, man, as much as they've been getting baited in this set, I'm always whew every time one actually connects for our players. Gonna go for that burrito after. Great parry grab there from Hikari. So good on that wake up defense.
Absolutely, and a wake-up attack getting them out here as well. The break did just come out just in time, and the break will always beat out on the super most of the time here. This will keep that team together for Hikari. Definitely where you want to be in. As long as we finish this route properly, it should be a dead Vi as well. And great routing recognition to get the limit strike ender, so you do not have to spend the meter. You actually build meter as well. Hikari is just absolutely built different.
Hikari going to finish off JustCapital's Ekko here. Strong stuff, putting ourselves in that set point position. Despite it being first to 3, Hikari still trying to speed run our way up to that grand finals here at the Jeekly 2xKO number 6. With that wake up attack, with that bait on the break after, Hikari definitely positioning ourselves to do so.
A title is all time. If you've seen Ekko, you have seen the burrito setup here. Great answer to that mini projectile with the parry and fighting out from Capital B here. Hikari does not have access to that break quite yet. So curious to see if we're going to see it in this round as well. Oh, but nothing worked. I'm trying to give your opponent some respect, and then you get thrown for your respect. Actually tries to bait a wake up attack, but Vi's got an even bigger one at home here. Clips Hikari on their own pressure, and just like that, getting pushed all the way to this corner here. Good block on that command overhead. Oh, but a little too much respect. Look out for your toes. As long as we finish this route, could be a dead Vi. Doesn't even need to finish it properly. Actually gets a meterless kill here. And once again, we have some blinking life bars for Hikari, but that freestyle team is still together. But great clip on that punish attempt on the super tag here. Hikari now finds themselves on the back foot.
Hikari with just a little bit of HP left on this Vi needs a stray 5M to start off our comeback, but JustCapital saying no today, getting our round, finishing our food. And despite Hikari being on that set point still, JustCapital showing you what we're all about.
Here, great routing here, gonna push them all the way to that corner. Our players are there. Oh, I love a bit of patience from Hikari to work around that 5L from Capital here, but we actually have both characters being picked up here. Goes ahead and the drop opportunity option then, which kind of works out for the best, honestly. Gonna go ahead and take out that Ekko, and now it is up to this quarter health bar Vi for Capital B. Definitely would have been a long attempt. There was so much life to chew through from Hikari's side, but Hikari's gonna take winners finals there. 3-0 over Capital. There we go. Ahri, Yasuo freestyle for Dillon. You saw it earlier. You got Fabulous Zucchini once again showing an incredibly well piloted 2x team with the Ekko Illaoi. And it's great. It's always fun. I say, you know, mirrors are great in this game for obviously the very reasons of what you can do is expression. But seeing 4 different characters across this 2v2 game is, I think, my favorite version. Then kind of seeing what the different play styles, the different kind of kits try to utilize, take advantage of, you know, getting their kills by crazy chip sequences or disgusting mix. So much opportunity in a game like 2xKO here, and I am seeing so many layers for break baiting, but good stuff to Fabulous finding that spot to be able to utilize the mechanic and get out.
Trying to go for that 5M after on our Ekko. The break comes out at a well-placed time, right? Because the super was spent from Zucchini, so we're going to lose that bar, unfortunately. Still having some ready for parry just in case. I think that's like the sweet spot, right? You always want to sit at 1 just in case for that parry. But Dillon going to be able to get you hit on the same side, actually. I thought that was going to be a cross-up, and maybe Zucchini thought that as well. So Dillon going to be able to take out this Illaoi here. That 3 bars is going to have to be saved for super assist.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to be seeing with a Illaoi team composition here, but good stuff to Dillon so far. Just not only ending that first character with limit strike then, but you know, one good hit with this Yasuo would have been enough to take out this Ekko here, but Fabulous able to find that hit. And despite losing that first character, like, this is how quickly a tag fighter can turn around. All it takes is the right starter to absolutely delete a character. And I think as long as we route into it, we get it there. Great stuff here to Fabulous getting that first round.
Fabulous showing us some strong stuff out here. Dillon going to be able to wall bounce you at the start. Pulling up with this Yasuo here. I love using that stance forward dash to cross the entire screen. Sometimes your assist can back you up to allow that Yasuo to get away with that. Fabulous going to be taking some damage here, rolling out of that corner, uses the push block to actually put Yasuo in the corner. I love that maneuver, and it pays off here because you're getting hit by that wake-up tentacle. This pressure is high.
Absolutely. At any moment, your character can run into a stray medium or heavy button, and it could be the end of the reign on the screen here. But there is that 2x assist coming in, just controlling the neutral. And not only did you take out the Yasuo in that sequence, but this Ahri is in now roughly the worst spot to be in. Oh, but no 2H on the Foxfire coming in. Maybe thinking that they were going to retreat after clearing out here. Fabulous is willing to spend that break as well, keep the advantage that they find themselves in. Great utilization of the Arbiter Tentacle. Gonna go into the Ekko, tag into level 3 super as well. And that is gonna be game 1 going to Fabulous Zucchini.
Awesome stuff here from Zucchini, finishing off that first game, man. Definitely liking what I'm seeing out here. Using that Ekko to finish things off. This 2x assist definitely has been really strong at taking a lot of that screen space. And here we go, guys. We got that audio back. Sorry. Thanks for everybody being patient with that one. I noticed that it was gone. I'm like, what the hell? But all we had to do was reset the toggle spectate. So if that happens again, I'll do it between the games. Thank you. But here we go. Dylan showing us some strong stuff on this team. It was Zucchini, however, getting that first game. Spending that break here in the corner, though. That pressure is up here. That Ekko already lower than half health. Going to have to wait for some of that great HP to come back. Dylan spends that break, feeling that pressure as well.
Yeah, I gotta say, shout out to both players kind of being ready to like really use their break at good sequences to get advantage out of it here. It's nothing worse than spending your resourced meter on something and then getting no value because of that break here, and already routing back into limit strike options here. Dylan, despite spending that break earlier on in this game so far, already almost back to 3/4 full here. And honestly, this route should bring out a dead Illaoi. It's going to, with that level 1 is all you need, which honestly is a best case scenario. You know, not to try to put out any downplay in the universe when it comes to Yasuo, but Yasuo's full super sequence of level 1 into level 3 builds a ton of break meter for your opponent here. So definitely can be spooky to beat it, but there's that break being spent immediately from Fabulous, trying to keep the pressure going, knowing that if they end up getting this round, they have one more to make it through. They're going to want that break as soon as they could possibly get it here. But Dylan, with this great route so far, immediately going into that limit strike again. You are in that corner, but you ran into a 5M from Yasuo, and I think as long as you finished it with a super, I was wondering if he thought a different, actually was the point character that died. It did not hold down the S1, S2 follow-up to get the super here. But great answer back by Dylan in this loser semis. We are back to 1-2 now, guys. So game apiece. Whoever wins this game will be moving on to that losers finals.
Awesome stuff, dude. So you only have one more game if you're going to be moving on to that top 3 and getting to the prize pool. But that also means that you can't make any mistakes out here. Dylan capitalizing on these hits that we're getting. The break comes out here from Dylan. Zucchini sitting on this Ekko, keeping that space, wants to have that advantage of that 2x assist Illaoi. There it is coming out here. The My Time keeps yourself safe. Going for that forward S1 here against this Ahri, but Dylan was able to use that Windwall and Husky to keep fighting back.
Oh my gosh, and Illaoi showing where so much of her strength is with these tentacles. Was able to stop that Ahri orb super from being able to even make it across the screen. But for all of her troubles then, finds herself dropping there, pinging her mid laner, hey, why didn't you come help me? And unfortunately, this Ekko is just being absolutely beat up, sent to the sky, going back down again, taking advantage of the quote-unquote bug of the S1 Yasuo super, getting a little bit of that extra damage here. Dylan now on set point.
Oh, wow. Dylan actually came out on top of that situation. That Zucchini trying to chase this Ahri in the air, but once you get on the ground, that Illaoi assist is going to flatten you, and that's exactly what happens here for Zucchini. Going to take Dillon over to the corner, using that tentacle to get that extra bit of distance. Doesn't opt for the super quite yet. Goes for the command grab on the wake up, but Dillon was holding up and gets a chance to fight out. Great answer.
God, and 4 hits, and it hits both characters for about 40% each. Yeah, like, Yasuo is absolutely built different when it comes to these limit strike options. Getting that hard knockdown here. A simple S2 super spend. I love that super choice. S1 super only works on that knockdown if you get a higher launch combo hit. So good recognition from Dillon here, showing absolute masterclass with this Yasuo routing and actually able to end it with a limit strike. Says, I don't even need to finish the full BMB. Let me hit you with a quick meter build for my next set then. That Ahri Yasuo freestyle again versus the Vi Ekko freestyle. So both our players showing us their best breakdance, guys. Let's get it.
Great stuff. Great. That one goes for the real Ganion. Timestamp 2:21:08. There you go. Dillon right now with a hard, rough start, man. JustCapital looking strong out here. Definitely running some pressure. Dillon showing a completely different team out here on this Yasuo Ahri, right? Definitely a pixie team. Now this Ekko combined with Vi here, definitely going to be a slugger, right? This team wants to kill you. Dillon going to be losing that Yasuo here to start. We do have that Fury to potentially have this Ahri build back some of this HP and climb back. But at this point, man, JustCapital looking like we're about to set up the perfect.
Definitely so close to being that, and it ends up, there it is. Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, wondering if it'll give you the regen perfect as well. I believe it does, so doesn't even need to get another hit. It ended up being enough just with the chip damage here, but Dillon so far getting the first hit and the first break of the set here. Oh, and good parry on the tag out from Dillon here. Gonna route into that limit strike as well. Already had the break meter filled up then, but still gonna build up that meter for both their point and assist character. Hard gonna get the OTG with the stance L. Oh, but the multiple overhead, and you're definitely seeing a little bit less of that multiple overhead from Yasuo now. Yasuo getting the nerf on that J2H, where unless it is hit, it cannot be canceled any longer. So a little bit of a bigger gamble now for that character, but it does not mean that there are any less potential overhead attempts. And you are just absolutely jailed down here, trying to get a moment of breath, but Dillon says, nah, it ain't gonna be for me. Oh, misses the level 3, unfortunately, but it's not even gonna matter. For second round here, getting answered back by Dillon. We're going to round 3 already of our first game of Losers Finals.
What's crazy is that while that one wasn't a perfect, it basically was. So both players not only sharing rounds, but sharing like damn near perfects, bro. Like, so both these players have what it takes to slaughter their opponent. Just got to see who gets that first hit, supposedly. Dillon right now going to be tagging back to our Ahri to keep that combo going. The break comes out, baited on the other side. Oh my God. Dillon just holding the W key right there. Able to block on the other side that break. And JustCapital going to be taking this happy birthday damage.
Oh my God. And damage indeed, depending on how this was routed into. Not be able to hold into the level 3 as well. Gonna still be enough to take it. DillonNY taking game 1 of Losers Finals, and that's gotta be feeling pretty dang good, as usually the person who's making their way into Losers Finals, as opposed to the player who was sitting there from the Winners Finals loss. So that momentum's gonna be feeling pretty good, but Capital B definitely was in Winners Finals for a reason. They are a incredibly strong player here, showing up to multiple Jeekly 2x KOs as well. Unfortunately, find themselves falling out of that combo. Dillon gonna hit the limit strike knockdown here for Ahri, get that me projectile. But at this level, I have never seen a thing parried more than that projectile off of that knockdown. So really great knowledge being shown by our high-level players here.
Dillon trying to pull up on you with this Yasuo. The break does come out. Oh, that was a weird trade hit right there. The S1 connected, but so did the jump normal. So regardless, Dylan was able to stay on top of this Ahri. The wake up attack gets blocked. JustCapital going for that Hail Mary to tag back out our Ekko potentially, but doesn't get that chance. We do have our Vi here, and she has been powerful, but Dylan going to get that first hit, tagging into our Ahri to cash out.
Cash out indeed. Nothing like putting your investment into a limit strike and getting paid back with some meter. Gonna go ahead and bring our opponent here coast to coast, get the side switch. Gonna go ahead for the tag launcher into the Yasuo. Doesn't even need the S2 super actually. Maybe 8 my words, a simple OTG with that 5H. Great stuff for Dylan here, getting this first round. And I have to say, CapitalB, we know they can do it. We know they have what it takes to cook, but Dylan has just looked like an unstoppable force so far with this Ahri, and great bait on the potential wake up option here. Gets over the Vi charge assist being called in. Actually clips the Vi in the process too. This damage going crazy. She just rolls out at the end. That's not what you want to see if you are Dylan, but is overwhelming pressure coming through. When does it end? Actually just not able to get the kill, but gets the limit strike anyway. Beats up the wake up attack, and CapitalB has a long way to go to potentially answer back in this game too. Not even gonna come up there. Couldn't even hand it off to my co-commentator. Dylan taking a strong game two, and CapitalB will have to reverse sweep this here to get that run back.
Yeah, Dylan definitely showing their stuff out here. Very strong player. Admittedly, we didn't get to see as much of Dylan as I wanted. Unfortunately, their first match was played off stream, and then their second match ended up being a DQ from the other player. So we're just now getting a taste of Dylan. Was able to see them fight against Zucchini, and now seeing them fight against JustCapitalB, who was one of my favorites to make it all the way to the grand finals. Definitely surprised me out here, but I'm happy surprise, I gotta say. Gonna be push blocking you back, still feeling the pressure here from this Vi, and the cross up low connects, the break comes out, gets a chance to breathe. Tagging back and forth out here, Dylan gonna be able to bait out that wake up attack, and JustCapital on our last character.
Last character indeed. Would be quite a impressive comeback here. I don't think there is a route that will let you get the kill here. Ekko got a bit of a nerf to the multi-time winder super routes. So definitely good enough to recognize the changes here. Still take this character into the next level. But Dylan finding that falling 5M here. Immediately routes into the level 3. Gonna build his opponent a little bit of extra break meter then, but I respect the desire to make sure we get the kill, because that routing is finding you here on set point. Potentially a 3-0 as well is definitely the momentum you want to be bringing into going into grand finals.
Yeah, because the player up there in grand finals is definitely going to be quite the challenge for anyone. So whoever wins this one definitely going to have to take that warmth, that momentum up there at the grand. And Dylan definitely postured to do so with his 2-0 lead, but right now JustCapital getting our last licks in, if not starting off with a strong sweep potential here. Going to be taking out Dylan's Yasuo. You do have that Fury potentially if you want to spend it here on this Ahri with full HP. Maybe you do.
Yeah, and Ahri definitely, gonna find ourselves in more in the middle of the pack when it comes to like life bars then, so it definitely is merit to spending it earlier than later, just to get full advantage of building it back up potentially for a future round should that happen. But it's looking like at this point Dylan's likely going to be saving it here at this point, even being a little bit more liberal with their wake up tech options. CapitalB was more than ready to pick it up then. I'm wondering if these side switches are intentional as well, kind of losing the corner and some of the pressure you get from that sequence. They have a great stuff to CapitalB here, saying I'm not done yet, I am not tapping out, I'm going to do whatever I can to get that reverse sweep. Good job holding on to the break while finding himself in that sandwich, though. Going to give that limit strike knockdown here to Dylan. Then both our players kind of back to playing the little 2x KO neutral. We love and see, but watch your toes. And there's that break immediately from Dylan.
Dylan is saying, hey, I need you off me. I mean, that win wall is really strong combined with that Ahri assist, right? So, I mean, Dillon definitely showing you the game plan out here. The overhead connects, though, in that charge special on the other side. It's going to allow JustCapital to get this follow-up here. Taking to the corner, cashing out with this limit strike. Dillon going to be picked up by this throw after, and JustCapital in a great spot. This time, Dillon not having access to that Fury. So you're just down to the Ahri with only your meter in your fundies, and that's it. JustCapital running strong with these throws.
Yeah, I feel like Capital has finally found their footing in this set between the two of them. Goes immediately into the level 3, and I believe if my eyes read correctly, this should be a dead Ahri. Gonna give a game back here. No 3-0s, no goose eggs here on the loser side of the final side. Love to see our players bringing out all the stops here to potentially take that set. But it will, as before, it will have to be a reverse sweep. A very tough task to do for any player of any caliber then. But great start so far here for Dillon. Gonna get that get the first break being spent then, but sometimes even getting the first break isn't enough to get it, because finding yourself now in this full juggle sequence then, gonna answer with that break back to stop the happy birthday. But happy birthday ends up being Dillon's birthday in this case here, as the Ekko drops first here for Capital.
Man, Dillon is in a strong spot here, having all that meter built up already as well. It's all thanks to that limit strike route and almost giving compliments to our players earlier. And I mean, that's one of the fruits of your labor. But JustCapital actually flipping the script here a bit, gonna put Yasuo in the corner only for a moment, because that air S1 and the assist call back is going to put JustCapital back where they belong, in this corner with that Orb of Deception. Dillon with this tag launcher and this 3 meter will be able to clean up this round and put ourselves on set point. Now JustCapital feeling that momentum from getting that last game. We need to get some rounds here on the board and keep that momentum up.
We were here before. Dillon got that first round in game 3 as well, and then Capital found inward look back. This is already looking like a very JustCapital round right now. 50% life on both characters here. No break coming out fully quite yet. Does get the delayed pickup there off of the 5M Hasagi into the super, but either way, we actually were willing to spend that break just to lose the character too. And what felt like it was going to be another Dillon show again. Kept saying, I'm not done yet. Great answer back, because now you're going to be going into that final round 3 of this game 4 here. Not only with the break advantage then, but just feeling the momentum of like, I did this once before, I can absolutely do it again.
Man, dude, JustCapital showing you some strong play out here. I was commenting them earlier, and they've been, showing that they definitely have been worth their stuff out here. Dillon trying to get out of that corner with this Yasuo with a up forward. JustCapital showing you some strong stuff here on this 5, pulling up, getting that hit, not getting the full confirm after being able to fight back here against this Ahri. Does get the pickup after that special gets blocked, and JustCapital going to carry you across the screen with these uppers. Dillon on half health on both these characters, has some climbing back to do once we wake up here out of this limit strike. Spends the break, doesn't want to give that meter away to JustCapital.
God, and that route was sick from Capital. I have to say, like, my favorite part about freestyle, outside of just some of the benefits that you got on defense, is the combos are so sick looking. There's so much charge functionality and multiple hits and insult certain things, and just Capital B showing us why they are a force to be reckoned with. And as I said it earlier, it was a tall mountain to climb to be able to even get here with a reverse sweep, but we are here. Out of nowhere, Capital B just answering back 2 straight games, 2 apiece. We are going into game 5 of losers finals now, and the winner, your reward, just take on Hikari.
Yeah, just. But also, but all the players you see at this point made it their way into the prize pool, that $53 see on the bottom of the screen. You can make that number go up right now. I did the command in chat, !Maturino. head over to that link and claim one of those free claim codes to add more money to the pot. You can see it go up, and it goes directly to our players, the ones you see right now. You know Dillon's going to get a slice of that pie. That wake-up attack here from JustCapital, they know they're getting a slice as well. They want a bigger slice up there in that grand finals. Going to spend that break here. Dillon does the freestyle, but doesn't block it out. The Orb of Deception gets jumped over. Nice throw here from JustCapital.
I'm surprised that tag block didn't work on the burst. I wonder if it was just a little bit too late, or maybe they just didn't hold back at the right time, but nothing worse here. Good attempt at least. This should be a dead Ekko. It is. And Dillon, once again, getting a little bit of momentum to answer back, saying, hey, yeah, you might have gotten 2 here before, but I definitely have what it takes then. But we saw in a few of those games that Dillon can definitely get some of the rounds, but closing out has been a little tough now for these past few games. Great knockdown here so far from Dillon. I don't think there's a route that's going to be able to kill. Yep, Super would not have been able to do it. Should be able to hop over Super as well. And I love that choice. Sometimes you can't quite make the distance to punish that Vi Super, but simply Hasagi into the S1 Super to wrap it up. Great stuff to Dillon here. Once again, set point. We have been here before. Can they do it? Can they have what it takes to take down Capital B, who's just been answering back at every turn, G?
Well, Dillon is going to spend that break. Doesn't want to take too much damage here on the side of this Ahri. Tags back to Yasuo to try to build back up some of that gray health, but JustCapital is going to benefit, or rather take benefit from this corner pressure. Dillon does get a chance to breathe. The S2 actually connected. That was weird, Ganyan, because it did look like it was going to be on the other side. Maybe we just got crossed up there. Now we're in the corner. JustCapital is going to be on the back foot.
Yeah, to be able to confidence to send S1 into S2 with F1 being blocked, quite impressive. Then another utilization of, I had to say, wow, the J2H there, like, you definitely don't see me doing that as Raw Space players have tonight. Then just because of those changes, but Dillon showing why that they are here, that they have the confidence of what it takes to potentially take this set. And all it's going to be is one more hit. This Ekko should be here, but wasn't quite in distance for it. That Kara stance to get pick up then. Dillon going to answer back with this throw. Going to be the level 1 ground punch as well. But no ability to rot into the kill, but gets them holding up potentially. Out of nowhere here, Dillon once again, despite getting some of the advantage that you feel Capital is answering back, and they get it with the command grab. And final game, final round. Oh my god, I love nothing more than seeing these players here bringing out their best for these tournaments then. They'll show great pickup off of that Windwalled Hasagi here. Gonna push them into the Ahri Super as well. Likely gonna go into that Limit Strike knockdown. Meaty projectile, what's the mix?
Well, it's going to be that break spend from Dillon after that first connection. JustCapital been clawing it back here. Going to make Dillon start maybe a little bit more antsy in terms of some of his defensive mechanics, saying, hey, all of a sudden this lead has dwindled, and we're evened up here at this point. JustCapital is low HP here on this Vi, but despite that, it's going to upper you to the other side of the screen. Does have this Ekko to tag back into. I like what we're seeing.
There's that Limit Strike with the Vi as well. Oh, actually clips them on the follow-up H there as well. Love that. Gets the OTG, recognizes the hit. Capital B in what essentially is going to be the lead first time here of this series as well. Oh, and Dillon has to be able to block this out. Great push block then, but gets air thrown for their trouble. They're going to go into the Ekko Super as well. Yasuo should still be alive then, but it is absolutely blinking health bars then. Has access to the Fury, does block the overhead into there, but the health bar is still so low, it doesn't even matter. And just as we called it out before, Capital B reverse sweeping Dillon here, takes it 3-2. We're here, y'all. Grand finals then. Hikari versus JustCapital B. A bit of a mirror match between these freestyle behemoths here. And so far, first hit going all Capital B's way.
JustCapital, by the way, guys, on that purple color for those keeping up. Going to be able to deal so much damage to start already, man. already putting on a good show. I gotta say, what you remember from the last set, guys, if you watched it, if you didn't, !YouTube, make sure you sub and check it out later, was that JustCapitalB was able to answer back with some great rounds and some great plays, but Hikari, despite being on the back foot at times, despite maybe being in weird situations, still was able to find that hit to come out on top, able to find gaps like that for like supers and such, for parries. Hikari just, like, I don't know, it just goes his way so often.
Oh my gosh, and being willing to send the vibe punch full screen and then immediately tag out and then tag back in, back sway dash out, and then get that first character. Capital B was able to answer back, taking out the Vi of Hikari's as well. But this Hikari Ekko is built different than. But great answer by Capital B so far, using that Vi punch super, which is projectile invincible of all walks here. Getting that first round as well. You'll love to see it. It definitely bodes well for an incredibly strong set between our two players.
And here's Hikari on this back foot here, JustCapital showing you that deja vu, right? That explosive start here on that purple Vi. Gets, unfortunately though, our grab with, because Hikari was ready for that option, capitalizing back, evening up, if not taking more damage than was dealt to us. JustCapital is going to keep that pressure back up, but the parry gets us out of the corner. Don't get too much of a punish, but tagging back to our Vi, getting that 5M, is going to be enough to take out JustCapital's first character. Hikari in a great spot.
Yeah, Hikari just warm up the hands a little bit here. They've been having to watch for at least about 2 sets at this point, so definitely excited to see what they continue to bust out here as the set goes a little bit deeper then, but a wake up throw is going to give Capital B's chance to fight back, push the Hikari back to that corner as well, but gotta be careful of your option. You don't have the assist to quite cover. A lot of things can be incredibly parryable in this game. But I feel like, once again, I'm running through multiple deja vu moments, then actually parries the Vi super as well, just to let him know here. Love to see that answer back so far. Hikari's going to come in as well from that corner. Still a full health bar, too. Will we say these Fury spend? At least not immediately at this point. Luckily going to let Capital B finish out this route, which means they are going to end up getting a limit strike knockdown here. No limit strike. Immediately routes into that rewind super. There's that Fury from Hikari. Does have to spend it. Then Hikari actually tries to bait out the Fury response too, thinking that Capital B was going to be willing to just, rush out that potential win here then. So, despite maybe the round going to Hikari's way, Capital B still finds himself in the advantage state.
We'll see. JustCapital going for that counter special. Able to get out of the corner because it connected on Hikari's support there. The Ekko is taking a bit of a beating, tagging back and forth. JustCapital going to be able to get a limit strike here for our trouble. Already having that break, but is building up that super meter down in the bottom right corner. Hikari does get this next hit. The break comes out. JustCapital tagging back to our Ekko, but a well-timed air throw again from Hikari. We saw that in the previous set they played as well.
Incredible stuff here from Hikari, just showing us that they can be a force on any character they pick on that select screen. Being ready in your mind, baiting out those wake-up attacks already. Nothing feels worse than trying to utilize the tools the game gives you to potentially fight back on defense just to get hit, but an unfortunate drop and actually getting both our characters clipped here. I wonder if Hikari is going to spend this break potentially to save our character, but we don't end up doing it. We actually lose the Ekko in the back, still having our own Vi, getting absolutely punched up. This health bar is going to be so low. Still is an option for the Fury, but a simple 2H was all we needed to answer. Seeing that Capital B was trying to bait out a little bit too much with just that simple jump after the knockdown there. Game 1 going to Hikari, but very, very damn close.
Man, strong stuff from both those players down to the very last combo. Hikari showing you why. I mean, I was in line earlier. Things just seem to go his way, bro. He puts himself in the right spot at the right time and is quick enough on that execution in their routing to put ourselves in these great spots. Trying to get out of that corner, but the 5M from Ekko says, not today. The break comes out. JustCapital going to be able to come forward with our own Ekko, but Hikari putting you back in this corner regardless.
gosh, and this poor Ekko is just getting absolutely punched up. Then great clone rewind into the low. Gonna route this Ekko here into likely a hard knockdown. Actually going to hold the tag, and I love this option. Oh, but actually misses the pickup with Vi after. It was absolutely the right call to be able to get the kill with the knockdown and spend out the meter, but it's not even going to end up mattering at this point. If anything, your drop is end up becoming a little bit more meter efficient in the long run here. Does have to go for limit strike then, not able to get the full kill. Goes for nothing, and Capital expecting potentially a throw break here. Ends up throwing right in front of Hikari's face. Hikari says, ah, nice one. Let me take that character real quick. Round 1 going their way.
Good round here for Hikari. And a good start to this one as well. JustCapital will be getting this break here in a moment, but... oh, dude, that was some great routing from Hikari, because JustCapital got that break as soon as Hikari decided, hey, this is where I'm going to actually limit strike you. Like, if you did want to break here, like, I already got everything I wanted out of it anyways. But JustCapital going to be able to fight back out with that 5M. Hikari, push back to this corner.
Absolutely. Here is that super sweet Ekko mid-screen route. Going to take you all the way to the corner here. Get a limit strike with the Vi. Great bait on the wake-up attack with the immediate break ever. Hikari now trying to take another one of these mixes then. Actually was able to clip one of the retreating guards, but not enough to get a full combo. But just the hold up there is enough to get clipped here. This is going to likely be a dead Vi on the side of Hikari. Just has the Ekko remaining for this round now. Besides the assist calls here, but this is how it gets started then. I wonder if CapitalB will spend a break to keep this freestyle team alive. Not so far then. Gonna let the option there. But great answer back then with that wake up down S1 from Vi. Gonna get themselves not only out, but switches into the Ekko. Higher health bar. Gonna get a full route here. Should be enough to take this round. It is round a piece of game 2 here. CapitalB saying, I'm not down yet.
Yeah, JustCapital. I think, honestly, Gagnon, as these games have gone on, we've gotten more consistent at evening up those rounds, and it's been getting closer and closer. Hikari just on top when it comes to finishing our food here. So, okay. A little scrambly right there. Hikari blocking it out. JustCapital whipping that throw. Didn't get punished too bad for it. Trying to press out of that tag, though, saying, hey, you're not plus enough for this one. A little too fake out there. So Hikari going to be put into this corner. Unfortunately, that combo didn't go all the way through. Hikari going to be able to fight back out.
One of the most fun mini games about playing the Ekko mirror is being able to hit back the opponent Ekko's time winder. Definitely incredibly fun stuff here, and a great extra little touch in this game. But Hikari, despite kind of controlling a little bit of the start here, we're seeing CapitalB being able to answer back, but here comes Hikari pressure, then great block on that overhead. Just forced out the break right away from Hikari. But despite getting that break out, it just gives the opportunity to get a full dang near 2x KO. This life bar of Ekko is so low. Anything will do it. Essentially, 2 things of chip will be enough as well. And I love that covers any air option then just to tag back into the Vi immediately to answer the eventual jump as well. Hikari now finds himself on potentially tournament point if they take this game. But CapitalB, they reverse swept their losers finals. Could we see a repeat against a behemoth as Hikari? And not only would you have to reverse sweep now, you got to then win 3 more games again of a player of this level. Definitely a tall order. These players maybe can do it.
We'll see, man. I mean, JustCapitalB, when it comes to winning round starts, definitely coming out on top when it comes to that. But Hikari, despite being on these last characters, has still showed you some masterclass play. I mean, something as simple as that, right? Calling out our assist call just to mix up air stall our forward momentum in the air. And then JustCapital getting hit on that wake up as well. Not a great spot here. Feels bad spending your break here against Hikari's only character. So JustCapital going to be holding on to it here as Hikari keeps taking a break with you.
Hikari saying, hey man, pass me that Kit Kat real quick. Go ahead and break it through. gonna spend that Fury at this point. You absolutely have to. I was wondering, wondering when Hikari's was gonna be sent in as well. But despite that, oh, and I actually like that attempt to cancel off of the take a break as well. But there's that limit strike knockdown. We have the rewind assist behind it too. Ekko with Fury, the ability to recall and keep the pressure going multiple times, like that's a scary spot to be in. But the first round of this game 3 going to Hikari, who is now absolutely on that set point then. And they are getting that first hit as well. That break meter is so far away. You are just forced to think about this movie you have to watch then. Ekko, oh, great fight out from the Burrito OS. Like I said, despite how strong that OS is, it does require a lot of specifics, timings, as well as the ability to call out the options we're going to get. But here we go again. Northern Bead 2M picks it up into the projectile. It is up to this Ekko, this purple Ekko, to save our attempt, save our tournament life at this point. But Hikari is just looking inevitable.
I mean, the score definitely doesn't tell you how close this set has been so far. This game definitely going in Hikari's favor. Trying to get some of these Fury cancels here, JustCapitalB. Finally getting parried out on that last hit. Hikari, after a very strong tournament so far, is putting JustCapitalB in a last hit situation. Despite that, we're still fighting out of that corner. We're dealing some damage here to Hikari, who has that break in our back pocket and that level 3, so you have to worry about that reversal. It gets baited out. Great spacing, and the break gives Hikari some time to breathe.
Oh my god, and then sends the punch and immediately goes nothing like being like, oh, I'm just minus, please don't punish me, and then immediately sends essentially Vi's DP. That is going to be a 3-0 for Hikari, who's going to be our Jeekly 2 XKO number 6 champion then. But
we're going to be sending you off. Please have a great holiday if you celebrate. If not, take some time to play some other fighting games or relax and chill and do whatever you do. We'll see you in 2 weeks from now, next Sunday, 2 Sundays from now for 2XKO number 7. If you like Guilty Gear Strive, check that out. You can find it in the Discord. Other than that, stay safe, stay warm. Peace out, y'all.
see you next year, y'all.